as you are setting up yours. So the first part, again, you put it between the fingers there, but instead of doing this, which is suspicious and unnatural looking, you're going to try to accomplish the same thing in the action of stretching the balloon out. So the first way you stretch is like this. And you'll notice I've got my hand rotated back such that you can't see that the balloon is between these two fingers, which might look odd. So you're trying to simulate this. But again, you get it between those fingers and you stretch the first way like that. And then the second way you stretch, you're just going to bring it behind your fingers, and this time you're going to stretch the lip part up. So you stretch this way, and then you just transition to stretching that way. It goes like this, and then you transition to stretching this way. Now you're going to end with this stretched up, pinch with your thumb and first finger, let the lip go, and instantly bring your left hand to the bottom. So it looks like this. Here's the first stretch, here's the second stretch, let it go, get into this position. Now, as you start to inflate the balloon, you're going to release your thumb and your first finger a little bit, which will bring the balloon back to that 3/4 inch immersion position you want to be in. So it's going to be here to begin with. That's too much. Let your fingers go, bring it to there. And as you inflate the balloon, you'll see the first stage of the inflation, it looks weird. That's not how a balloon blows up. So to cover that up, as you're inflating the balloon, your left hand should be below it like this. And then, when you adjust the balloon, as opposed to doing it like that so everyone can see, just rotate the balloon up a bit, and that will let you get the balloon into position. You've prepped the balloon and you've got it into position, and now it is time to break it. Start off by giving the balloon one more big puff, and you do that to show that the lip part is still connected to the body, which it is, they just don't know how it's connected. First, stick your right thumb between the balloon and your fingers. You'll see if you just try to do it on its own, that's not going to work. So use your fingers to pull the balloon forward and then stick your thumb through like that. It should look like you're just gripping the balloon, and from the front it's going to look like this. And then the next thing you do is you bring the lip of the balloon over and to the right, like that. Be careful to keep your pinky behind the balloon so they don't see that you're actually holding the balloon in two different places like that. You want to bring over the top one, but keep the pinky behind the balloon. Next, you're going to shift the balloon over to your left, pull the lip to the left, and as you do this, you're going to rotate the balloon like that, just a little bit. The reason is, if you don't do that, if you don't rotate the balloon, when you snap it, it's probably going to jump out of your hands like that, and obviously you don't want that to happen. So first, bring it over to the left, or to the right, and then to the left, and as you bring to the left, rotate the balloon to get a better grip on it. Now, you're going to bring the lip forward like that into snapping position, and then you let your fingers go. Now, in this position, you want the lip pointing up into the right like this, as opposed to up into the left. Because if it's pointing up into the left, that makes it easier to figure out what's really happening. But if it's going up into the right, it's harder to see how it would be connected to the balloon. Now let's put the balloon back together. You just broke it, so it's in the break position right here. And you'll want to hold that for about 2 or 3 seconds. Enough time that people can process that it's in 2 pieces, but not so much time that they're able to reconstruct the true path of the balloon, that it's running under your hands there. So move your right hand towards the left and towards the balloon, and be careful to keep the tip of the lip part in view the whole time. So keep it above the other hand, but don't go so high such that they can see the neck between the 2 hands. And then, when you get behind the balloon, you're going to curl in your right pinky and your right ring finger, just like that. And that will allow you to do this nice subtlety where for a second before the restoration, you lift your fingers up like that. Don't make a big show out of it, just a small little thing. And after you do that, you're going to pretend to attach the balloon lip back to the body of the balloon. And as you're doing that, use your left thumb right here to pull out the neck of the balloon from the right ring and pinky fingers. And the reason you're going to use your left thumb as opposed to just releasing these fingers is if you were to release those fingers, that would look obvious and you might see the neck. So instead, you're just going to secretly unhook it like that, keeping these fingers curled up. Now, as you're unhooking the neck like that, you're also fastening the top part on by pinching the neck of the balloon against the butt with the right thumb and the right second and third finger, just like that. And you can give it a stretch, which will convey that it's already attached. And the last thing you're going to do at the same time here, as you're unhooking these fingers and putting the balloon on, you're also going to unhook your left thumb.